everybody's well in the building. This is really a blowout, though. Massive blowout, man. But, but, chance to look at some things here. So, Charlotte, not sure how long they're gonna keep this team together, right? Diabate, solid young big man here. See what the shot blocking is looking like. 0.9 and 20. Brandon Miller's come back and he's been pretty good. LaMelo Ball having a decent game today. 5 of 11 from 3. Nipple has been really good. I don't know if he'll win Rookie of the Year, but you can make a very strong case that he's been the best rookie. And what I like about Nipple is I feel like he's a he's an environment. He's a culture changer. He's an environment guy, and God willing, he stays healthy, and he's able to really just he's able to really just build. Right, him and Cooper Flag played at Duke together last year, and they've also been the top 2 rookies, along with VJ Edgecombe, in a pretty loaded rookie class here. Colin Sexton, I feel like he's been consistent, not getting enough credit. They have Trey Man at 6'4". Okay. Not really getting that much credit for what he's been doing, but and you have Kevin Love, who's kind of had like a resurrection here. Kevin Love has been playing well. Hi, big yeah, close game, right? What's up, Curtis? What's up, Big Red? How y'all doing? What are your teams? Golden State, the Lakers. You're a Lakers person. Yeah, shout out to the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers have been pretty good this year. I just think they need to get Austin Reeves back. You know what I mean? They get Austin Reeves back. I think they'll be back to normal a little bit. I I think part of the issue, yeah, right. Get Austin Reeves back. Um, Defensively, probably I don't know, but yeah, they haven't been bad this year though. The Lakers have been pretty good. Can't really complain. Uh, just health is always a challenge. They lost the other night to what was it, the Spurs? But the Spurs are pretty darn good. Spurs are pretty darn good. I like when I see Isaiah Collier playing well. I feel like he's got potential, especially as a playmaker. If the shooting could come along a little more, 36% from three, which is not terrible, which isn't bad. I like Filipowski on this team. I like Filipowski, and part of the reason why I think they're losing a lot is no Lowry Markkinen, right? So no Lowry Markkinen, it's gonna be tough. Curtis, you in middle school, high school? All right, this game is it's not the closest of games, but Musa Diabate makes the free throw, 70 to 123. Uh, Hendricks with 7, Sensabaugh with 21. Good to see Sensabaugh having some opportunities to play. Kyle Anderson, slow mo. Got your boy slow mo with 7. Isaiah Collier getting some time. I think Walter Clayton, um, given the opportunity, I feel like he's going to be pretty decent because I just feel like he's hungry. He's not the biggest guy, but I feel like he has that hunger and he plays with it and he cares. You know, led his team to a national championship, and for him to be drafted in the first round in a loaded draft like that, I feel like it says a lot about his capability as a player. Diabate misses the second free throw. Made the first one 1-2. This is a massive blowout here. A 54-point game. But you know, and these are comparable teams, right? Similar records. Both probably more, probably trying to get a high draft pick, which can make sense in a big draft year like this. Sensabaugh still going. The Ohio State kid is still he's out there playing. Trey man got the old school like Allen Iverson flow to him. Jazz with the timeout. They got one more timeout left. You while it's on timeout, let me go let me look at some of these other scores here. Um, I feel like it's been a little bit tricky for Cooper Flag when Anthony Davis has been out, right? And when Anthony Davis has been out, they've been putting Nemhard in, maybe to be a facilitator for him. But I feel like it's been tough, right? I think if he has Davis or Kyrie Irving, another guys who can attract defensive pressure with that gravity, guys who can draw, some coverage and potentially double teams, I think it would be a little bit easier. Bucelis, good athlete. Kobe White's back. Not sure what they're gonna do with these guys. Vucevic, I'm sure he wants to exit. This game is still on timeout. Yo, J Pop, what's going on, man? Yeah, Bucelis is taking the lead this year. Uh, taking advantage of the opportunities, and he's definitely playing better than last year. I definitely think he has a lot of potential. Um, Massive athlete, that's for sure. The San Antonio is kind of an interesting team. Like if you look at these shooting numbers, not so great, right? Um, Stats. And not like the greatest like 3-point shooting team. Keldon Johnson's shooting it well, but outside of him and McLaughlin, but probably in limited, probably in limited like attempts. Right, just not really a 3-point shooting team, but they have a lot of versatility though. Yeah, this game is pretty rough right here. This is a pretty rough game. Trey Man with the miss. Kalkbrenner gets the offensive rebound and puts it back himself. That's what I like to see out of a big man. If you can get it and you can just punch it home or lay it up, I think that's the best thing to do because kicking it out or trying to make too many decisions could result in a turnover. So, especially if that's not really your game. If you're like a Chet Holmgren or Domantas Sabonis or Jokic or somebody like that who's a decision maker, I think that's fine. Filipowski with the assist from Isaiah Collier, who I think is a good playmaker. Um, not really shooting the ball poorly this year. Um, I like what I'm. It's just a matter of having a little more time, which they probably should develop him as much as they can, considering that. Well, depending on where they end up in late in the season, but a team like this probably gunning for the draft, and I feel like some of these lower teams trying to gun for the draft is a little bit easier for a team like the Clippers. Sensible makes the free throw. He's got 26, so he's been pacing these guys today. Him and Isaiah Collier. Walter Clay not necessarily scoring a lot. Maybe not having quite the opportunities though. Better, right? He's been better. No, that makes sense. Um, that makes sense to take on him. I think yeah, I don't think their young core is bad. I feel like Diabate is solid. Um, I think Kalkbrenner's solid. Good rim protector. Grant Williams, wow. Good to see that he's back on the roster. I don't know if he was in the G League or what. And then Green is playing well. He's a good athlete. And then obviously James out of Duke. I think he's a big, strong guy. Cody Williams with the three. It's good to see that out of Cody Williams. Big time athlete, not quite the shooter that his brother is, but he's definitely got a lot of potential as an athlete. He's got a lot of potential. Gets a little bit better than you could try to take advantage on that end. Yeah, you see that 15% 3-point shooting, 58% free throw shooting. Right, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the shooting, which is kind of interesting since his brother is such a good shooter. Nowhere near the athlete that he is, though. I think he's taller than his brother as well. Hornets with the timeout. Wemby with a good game. Keldon Johnson with a good game. Fox, I feel like he's been pacing them all year. I think he should be in the All Star game if he has enough. If he's played enough games. Clippers are fighting. All right, this is a big win. One of the better teams in the NBA. Kawhi and James Harden have been really working hard. Rough game for James Harden shooting the ball, but did enough to help them get the win. Uh, John Collins played really well, and also Zubats. He's been good. Period. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the reason why. No Jalen Duren and no Cade Cunningham. There you go. That's why they won that one. This is probably one of the better wins for Indiana all season. They've definitely been struggling. Maybe the worst record in the league. I'm not sure. Um, Tyler Hero, um, he was their All Star last year, but he's been injured a lot this year. So Jaime Jaquez is having a pretty good year as well. Pascal Siakam having a good year. Nemhart's been good. Good to see TJ McConnell back. Michael Potter. Uh, J Huff. So they got a little bit of shooting. Potter's 41%. J Huff, he's probably around the same. No, oh no, 31%. Jarris Walker shot the ball well today. Furphy's a good athlete. Cody Williams made the other three. Missed this one. Walter Clayton with the foul. I would like to see Walter Clayton stay aggressive though. You don't want to see a guy lose his confidence. There you go. 3-pointer by Walter Clayton there. Trey Man makes the first free throw. He's got 14. Walter Clayton with another three. Now he's up. He's all the way up to 13 points now. So I'm saying Walter Clayton is he's got ability. It's just been hasn't necessarily had the opportunity as much as I would have probably thought. But I imagine as it gets to like the dog, what I call the dog days of the NBA, like that March time where you see a lot of G League guys, a lot of fringe NBA players coming in, where teams are either they know they're going to make the playoffs and they might want to rest some people, or they know they're not going to make the playoffs and they're going to let other guys get opportunities to run. And I feel like at that time, he'll probably get more of an opportunity. So for now, probably just needs to wait his turn. Walter Clayton shot another one. I guess that was a little bit of heat check. Trey Mann with a three. This is a serious blowout. Honestly, could have been worse if it wasn't for Walter Clayton. Isaiah Collier with the layup. He's having a good game too. 17 and 9 assists. Probably one of his better games. This game is almost over. I will run through the rest of the games for anybody who wants to see that. Oh, Trey Man with another. Oh man, interesting. Trey Man with 20 points. Good to see some of these guys who may have inconsistent opportunities getting some chances here. Josh Green, one of the I believe he's Australian, one of the Australian guys here. Cody Williams makes the first free throw. He's only shooting 58%, so you want to see that come up. Want to see him make both of these free throws. Just as he's developing, once the shooting comes, once the understanding of the game comes, he could be a good player. I mean, a lot of people were debating whether he should have been the number one pick in his draft. Had a lot of there you go, makes both the free throws. Had a lot of hype as a young player. Um, Coming out of Colorado, the year that he was there, he probably one of the better players ever out of Colorado. So that's the end of that game. The Cavs, I feel like the Cavs are starting to streak a little bit. I don't know if anybody else gets that feel. Julius Randle's been having a good season. Dante DiVincenzo's been pretty good. Usually in games when Nas Reed plays well, I feel like this team goes in a good direction. You have Bones Highland had 12 and 7. Evan Mobley, good scoring game. Rebounding was a little, but Donovan Mitchell with 28, 8 assists. So another day at the office for him. Sam Merrill and Darius Garland were good. Tyson was good. I feel like he's been pretty good as of late. Darius Garland, I feel like that's one of the reasons why this team is struggling. I don't think Darius Garland's healthy. But yeah, that's the last game. Doesn't look like anybody's on here, so thanks for anybody who stopped by. God bless in Jesus' name.